What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and this is my review of the Ssss.Gridman SSS Vinyl Anti and Ghoulghilas Soft Vinyl Kaiju from Goodsmile Company. Alright, my zillions, finally we got some Kaiju from the Ssss.Gridman anime, which I absolutely loved and I highly recommend it. You can watch the whole thing on Crunchyroll. It is awesome. Really love it. If you love the original Gridman, aka Superhuman Cyber Squad, I think I'm missing something there. Here in the States in the 90s, that is what Gridman is. In Japan, I honestly never watched that show here, except for maybe one or two episodes, maybe, over the years, and not even when they originally aired. But Gridman, I've seen the Japanese Gridman, love that. I've documented that here before. I have some more Gridman figures to review in the coming days, weeks, months, who knows. But really wanted to get to these Kaiju because I think they're pretty cool, done by Goodsmile Company. I do think they're a little pricey for what they are. They are in the upper 20-something dollar range, and I think that's a little too pricey. You can say that right off the bat. Because they are vinyl figures, and you're gonna see, you know, Ghoulghilas here, or Ghoulghilas, as I like to say. You know, he's a tad small for what he should be. Anti, on the other hand, is just a bigger purple dude. Comes out pretty cool. So let's take a look. Taking a look at Ghoulghilas here. First off, articulation. You got here at the neck, at the shoulders, at the thighs, and ever so slightly at the tail. I don't know if you could even call it that. But that's it for that. It looks pretty good. The sculpt is a tad soft, but it's fine. It is a soft vinyl after all. But at the same time, you would hope for a little more. I mean, I feel like this one is more on par with the Movie Monster series than Anti is. I feel like Anti has a little bit more quality to it. This one's not bad though. Like, the head sculpt looks pretty decent. But you do see, you know, the teeth painted over, you know, the sculpt behind it, which is a normal vinyl thing to do. But they are painted nicely. The silver looks really good on the teeth. The tongue and the mouth is done in red. Now it looks pretty, kind of like an orangish red, actually. Speaking of orange, you have orange in the eyes. That looks pretty good. His little horn here on the nose is painted nicely. Then it's done in a nice blue on the face that goes into the silver on the horns. You got more red spikes here. And the neck has some nice texture to it, for sure. A little more ribbed here. You got this line going through, kind of like a vein. But you see the blue does spill over a bit, and not quite so neatly. These big things here, like power dealies, they look pretty cool. With the yellow in the middle, kind of gradiating into the orange. A little more glossy paint there. Nice big spike up top. I like these silver horns here on the side. They look really good. And then you got the back spike. This really looks like Space Godzilla here. I dig that. It's a cool design. And you got the rest going down. You can see how the red kind of permeates throughout. So yeah, it's okay. Blue, you have a couple of shades here, a little bit of a darker blue wash down the center on both sides. And that actually doesn't look bad. Then you got mostly here this like pink plastic, just blending in probably too much with my background. And then you got just a silver spray here down the middle. The nails are painted cleanly on both the feet and the hands, so that's pretty good. Blue down the front of the legs. And you got that nice texture going on throughout. So the tail looks cool with this interesting kind of like messed up metal looking, molded metal looking silver end here. So it's not bad. There's certain spots where it does look a little too vinylish. I mean, it is, but because Goodsmile charges about $10 more of these than the Bandai ones. You know, you do want it to be a little bit more, and I mean, between that and the size, I don't know. It's good, but I wish it was just a bit cheaper, is what I think I'm saying about this one. Taking a look at Anti here. For articulation, you just have it at the shoulders here and at the waist. Nothing in the legs or head. So only 3 points of articulation there. So, you know, it is what it is. But the sculpt on this one is very nice. Done up in this purple and then painted over it. The purple is really a nice deep purple. You know, very, very cool. I like it a lot. So then you got the browns here, which looks great. Love how this is all sculpted out. That looks fantastic on the sides. These little shoulder pads look really good with the gold, with that brown around it. Same thing here. These balls here look amazing. Very shiny, very well done. Sculpt on the back is pretty good. You only get a little bit of brown seeping through. And just mostly the purple paint here. But again, you know, such a nice purple. Silver on the legs look great, and the arms, the neck. Really like the sculpt on the neck. This glossy black really pops. I love how it looks on the hands and how it, you know, they graded it up back into the purple. It's pretty seamless, and I really dig that. And the hand sculpts are awesome with all these holes here, not blasters, but it's kind of like blades that come out of there at in the show. So more gold here. Same thing that you got going there. Looks great. The feet done in the glossy black again. Looks awesome. And the head sculpt is very nice. You have this like kind of really nice deep metallic pink for the teeth. And then you got silver all around that. A little more of that brown. Really awesome head sculpt. And over here you have the teal little jewel here surrounded by surrounded by the silver, and that looks really nice. I really like it. This is a really nice sculpt. I loved Anti here in this mode. Before, spoiler, 3, 2, 1, spoiler, before, you know, later in the series he becomes Grid Knight. But this is his form throughout. I really would love to see an actual, like, articulated, like, awesome kind of SH Monster Arts like Kaiju of this form. I feel like a Figma of this is within realm of, you know, possibility because of the design of it. It isn't so crazy, you know, Kaiju-esque, and you could really get away with normal articulation that they do for the rest of their Figmas. The Grid Knight figure is coming, so be on the lookout for that, a review from me from that. So we will compare them and check them out and how they stack up next to each other. But this one is really nice. I do, except for, you know, the lack of serious articulation. I mean, Ghoulghilas has a little more articulation. I think the paint is more well done here. And I feel like overall, this one is worth more the price of like the 20-something that they're charging for these vinyls compared to Ghoulghilas there. For some size comparisons, here is the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2000, the Gundam Universe RX-78, Jax Rodan, the For Real Hedorah, Bandai Mechagodzilla. Here they are with the classic Ultra Act Gridman, and I actually think they scale pretty well. Not so sure about this. I do recall this guy being a lot bigger. Here's the brand new Figma Gridman, Ssss.Gridman, which is the show they come from. And again, these guys scale pretty good. Not so sure about this guy. I do, however, like the scale with the Goodsmile DX Gridman. I feel like these guys scale a lot better. I think that's a pretty good fight. And even though Anti is bigger, if you watch the show, he is kind of bigger than Gridman. And I almost feel like these vinyls are made for the DX rather than the Figma, even though they've come out, you know, just ahead of the Figmas. I almost feel like these were meant to be played around with the DX and with, you know, less articulation on the DX. I feel like this is the proper scaling here. And my final thoughts on these two vinyl kaiju from the Ssss.Gridman show. I really like Anti, you know, the purple dude. I think it came out really good. I would have liked leg articulation, but it's fine. It's a vinyl. Ghoulghilas. He's okay. He's a tad small, I think, and overall, I just feel like this one. There's no good way to do this guy with his head piece of one. I just feel like he's overpriced. I mean, I just checked the price once again, and it's actually like $30. So like, that's kind of pricey for either one of these. You know, I feel like you only get the really premium paint on Anti here. Ghoulghilas, you know, attempts it, but there's still some overspraying, and it just really does come off as a regular movie monster series, you know, one. So, I would say if you like them, go for it. If you don't think the price is too bad, I do think, you know, I'm glad I got them because I really wanted to check them out. I loved Ssss.Gridman, so give it to me, you know, but it's hard. This one is a hard recommend. I do think Anti is really cool and worth having. So there you go. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. And you can please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Buy me a coffee on Coffee if you dig what I do. Become a zillion today. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.